Good evening, everybody. Hey, Outcast, how y'all doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Hey, Darfalina. We are getting ready to watch one of my favorite movies, To Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. I almost wanted to say this feels like this movie always has felt like a little bit of a hood classic, definitely a little bit of a cult classic following to this movie, and I'm so excited to be watching this evening. I hope everybody's having a beautiful Thursday. It's Friday Eve, y'all. Oh, it's Friday Eve. We got to turn up. Hey, I need my turn up drink though. I need my turn up drink. But it is Throwback Thursday where we watch oldies and goodies. And so, what have you been watching? Oh, thank you so much. Definitely will send you a message. She went from one of my favorite places in the world, London. If I could convince my husband to leave the country, that is one of my very first stops. I love London. Have not been there in. It's kind of hard to say you love a place and you haven't been there in 20 years, but definitely love London. Um, yeah, this is one of the movies that like it just makes you feel good. You kind of have to turn up when you watch it, and have a good time. London is cool but expensive. Um, it's been at least 3 years since you've seen it. Yeah, I feel like it's been a little minute. I definitely used to. This is one of those movies that low key I don't even remember like when the movie came out, in the sense like it came out in 95, but I don't remember knowing about it. But somehow or another, probably because we used to go and rent movies every Friday, and we would go to either Blockbuster or we would go to a place called Video Is, and you could get 5 movies for $5, and to think you could keep them for 5 nights. And so we would check out 5 movies, and somehow or another, this became one of those movies, and we just watched it again and again and again. Yes, R.I.P. to Patrick Swayze. I always think we're in this season of reboots and remakes, and of course, Jake Gyllenhaal did that remake of Roadhouse, which it wasn't the. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it definitely wasn't made with maybe as much love as I would have liked it to have been made. Seeing as how it is one of the movies that we associate. Like if you name top 3 movies with Patrick Swayze, you're gonna name Roadhouse. So I was a little disappointed, and I feel like in the season of like remakes, and there's been a Dirty Dancing remake and made for TV version, like people just need to pay more homage to just how wonderful Patrick Swayze was. Like he really was pulling from all kinds of different hats, and he kept trying to do better. And this, I feel like this is really like top 3 of Patrick Swayze roles. You think it's been 10 years since you've seen it. Okay, so we've got Darfalina says it's been about 3 years. Outcast says it's been about 10 years. You said you thought you were gonna be able to sit down and watch, but you're gonna still give it a like. Okay. Maxine, I'm sorry you can't stay. Look, I was trying to find a nice way of saying it. And we could go on about that remake, because I was really disappointed because Jessica Williams is so funny and she was so underused. It was not good. For some reason, Roadhouse is a core memory of mine because I feel like my dad watched it a lot. Like I feel like it was one of those movies that I grew up loving Patrick Swayze from Dirty Dancing, but like my dad watched Roadhouse a lot. And the original is a lot of fun. Hey, Books, how you doing, lovely? The remake is terrible, awful CGI. Both all the key scenes were missing. And I liked what they tried to do with like some of it. It just wasn't. It wasn't. You never heard of the OG until the remake came out, and then all these lifelong things came out that we're talking about a movie they were silent about to that point. But low key, I feel like low key, like when you talk about like action movies from the 80s, of course everybody's going to say things like, you know, Rocky or Rambo, but I low key feel like Roadhouse, you know what I feel like? I feel like honestly, if you remember Spike TV, I feel like Roadhouse was the unofficial mascot of Spike TV because I always thought of Spike TV as an offshoot of USA, and USA stayed playing Roadhouse. I'm not even gonna hold you. USA, if you turn on USA late at night, especially because Roadhouse was it was like a little bit risque. You turn on USA late at night and Roadhouse was gonna be on. Like between 1 to 3 o'clock, you were gonna catch it. And you were definitely gonna catch it. Let's see. One of Patrick's best roles was one of his final performances, the single series cop show, The Beast, is worth tracking down. I will definitely check that one out because I don't think that I watched The Beast at all. So that's good to know. That's good to know. I don't have any major, I like to keep up on any major movie news. And I don't have any major movie news really, but the trailer for The Old Guard dropped and I saw it on my feed and I didn't click on it. So I will likely be doing a reaction to The Old Guard. And I don't know if Gina is directing the second one. She's not. Victoria Mahoney is directing this, but Gina is producing it. So that'll be an interesting change. I absolutely love The Old Guard. To me, it's one of probably the best movies Netflix has done or released. And Gina Prince Blackwood directed the first one. I'm a little sad that she's not directing this one, to be quite honest with you. But I will probably be releasing a trailer reaction to that. Okay, so you said you saw the trailer already. You're excited. You won't spoil anything. Okay, so you definitely have to make sure that you watch the trailer reaction. Tu Wong Fu is up on YouTube as one of the free spots for it. And YouTube does have some ads, not too many, usually pretty skippable. Okay, but I want to go ahead and get started. Before we get started, Darfelina is asking about next week's horror movie pick. Did I decide yet? But when I tell you, I was in here, I got off of work a little bit early. But if my boss happens to come across this video, I did not get off a little bit early. And I was in the trenches. I was on Tubi. I was on Pluto, scrolling, trying to find a movie for next week. I had thought about keeping up with, like, we've been looking at some Stephen King-ish stuff. And so I was thinking maybe Cell, because to be honest with you, though, I have read this story for Cell, and it was definitely one that like creeped me out and like kept me up when I was watching it. I don't know that the movie was good at all, and I'm a little nervous about it. You said the original Fog? I mean, because we did watch the remake. We did watch the remake. So the original Fog, I'm not against that. It's a Jamie movie. So we could watch the original Fog. And so So if all hearts and minds are clear, because I was trying to think of a good Stephen one that comes under um under the umbrella of like Stephen King watches, and of course a lot of them are a little bit lengthy. A lot of the good ones are a little bit lengthy, and I was like, oh, okay, well maybe Sal will be okay. You know, it's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. It's got oh my gosh, what is his name? He played the first Hulk. Edward Norton. It's got Edward Norton in, not Edward Norton. He's not in Cell. John Cusack. It's got John Cusack in it. So I was thinking about that, but I'm absolutely okay with the fog. So if there are no objections for next week, we can definitely check out the original fog, because we were in this like little old school 70s, 80s little vibe for a minute, and we kind of got out of it. So I'm definitely open to going back to that. I'm definitely thinking about going back to that. And you said the remake is not a good movie. Yeah, that's the general consensus that we came up with as well. The remake was not as great as I heard that the original was. And it'd be nice to see, because it's been a while since we watched a Jamie movie. I mean, I think like a while back I did a couple of Jamie movies, and but we can definitely give the original a check. But now I'm gonna come back and get you if we don't like the OG one. Okay. Okay. Give me 2 seconds while I holler at a kid. Okay, I'm done fussing at the kids. And Darfalina attested to the remake kind of sucking. Oh, cool. You're a raver? That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty dope. Um, yeah. I didn't know that about you. That's pretty cool. I've never put up I've started getting back into concerts, and I haven't put that up on my page yet, so we'll see. But yeah, I don't have any other movie news. I just happened to pull up, because I had pulled up Ogre 2 just to see who was directing it, and I happened to see that one of my bays is in that. So that I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have looked, because now I'm going to be distracted. Like, ooh, because Henry Golden is going to be in it. All right, guys, let's get into all things To Wong Foo. Hopefully, everybody has had a chance to queue up their movie. If this is your first time here, how the watch party goes is kind of like more of a reaction thing, because you know the YouTube deities will snatch my channel from me if I put it on here. So you watch it where you are, and I watch it where I am, and we converse and we conversate, and we and you listen to me laugh and yell at the screen. So I've got my movie ready to go, and hopefully you have your movie ready to go, and we'll use the timer. Since we're looking at this on YouTube, I turned off my ad blocker in case you guys are watching it on your television screen. It doesn't mean our ads will sync up exactly, but I'll be pausing, and hopefully along the way we'll kind of be somewhere near the same pace. Okay. All right. So without further ado, it is Wesley Snipes. It is Patrick Swayze. It is John Leguizamo and To Wong Foo. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar, and one of the best movie soundtracks, in my personal opinion. Oh yeah, definitely have to check out that. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. Get the timer going and action. I've been thinking about movie studio title cards and like what are the quintessential movies that we think of when we think of certain movie title cards, like, or just studio cards like Universal. Like, what do you think of when you think of Universal? What do you think of when you think of Mandalay Pictures or something like that? And I was thinking about doing a video kind of about that because I saw Mandalay Pictures and I immediately had a vision of like another movie. Okay, got the thigh meat out. This seems, you know what though? Um, you said everyone's opinion of sinners will not be determined if you ever listen to another word that comes out of their mouth from now on. And I concur. I concur hardcore. There's a couple of movies that are like that. That's just like you don't get to have a different opinion about this particular project. Like you gotta get on brand. This almost feels a little criminal, this intro sequence, to see them get into drag, because I will say I did always feel like Patrick's character wasn't really a drag queen. Like now that we're more aware of like the different nuances between like someone who is trans or someone who is like gender non-conforming, non-binary, drag, those kinds of things. Patrick's character to me does not read like just like I'm only like, I guess I do drag. Drag is what I do, but it just, his character just gives that he is not in his masculine form comfortable in the way that like we would see RuPaul, and RuPaul very comfortably exists in his masculine and feminine. I don't know if that's just because of the way the film, like maybe they didn't have the awareness to do both. But now that I'm more aware, it does feel very like this is the transformation, the obligatory 90s transformation scene. But it's almost like feels uncomfortable seeing Patrick. And even Noxie. I can't. When he's kicking his feet with those patent leather red kitten heels. Like he's just so pretty. Like no disrespect to Wesley at all, but Wesley is not a pretty man. Patrick was always a pretty man. Like The Outsiders, Dirty, he's always a pretty man. So he's a very stately, you know, nice looking, attractive, older looking woman in this role. Fabulous, like fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Not as about the storm. I think the talk about how his family didn't accept him as to the film like a Steve in the track. Exactly, exactly. Noxeema Jackson. She is so cute. Now, I will say that. I will say that. I will say that. Like Noxie, like is that girl though. I mean that, and I think that's where you don't have to be like necessarily the softest looking in order to command. Like Noxeema was like, I'm commanding attention no matter where I go. But Vida did give mother. Like Noxie gave auntie. Like Noxeema gives rich auntie, and Vida gives mother. Like literally, like mother of the bride. Tell me I'm not tripping. Could you see if they were to do a remake of this, of them casting Anthony Ramos as Chi Chi? And I don't even look. Anthony broke my heart when him and Jasmine fell out. Okay, Miss Ma'am, welcome to the live. It's past your bedtime, ma'am, but you know this is our movie. Y'all, that's my mama in the chat. look, definitely no more. Let me catch before somebody stumbles upon this and they get some ideas. But Jasmine is the actress who played Peggy in Hamilton, and she was engaged to Anthony Ramos, and her dad was oh my gosh, well, I can't think of his character's name, but he was Randall's birth father on This Is Us. You said you can't see it though? You can't see what, the movie? You got to turn on the movie on your TV, Mom. You gotta listen to me talk and turn on the TV, which means you're gonna have to make Daddy let you put this on the TV, okay? Let me tell you where else you can watch it. Oh no, I have a commercial, which is appropriate. It might be on Amazon Prime, Mom. Oh, look, I'm over here playing this video like I. Okay, there we go. My commercial ended. It's on YouTube. We're watching it on YouTube. So if you can pull YouTube up on the TV, if you can remember how to do that, then you can watch it there. You said you'll just listen a bit and figure out what everyone says. So they just announced the prize for the drag contest. The fact that RuPaul could literally do maybe like a sequel to this and still be the same character, right? Like is just, not to say tie. The fact that Chi Chi walks forward like she really was going to win. Like the complete like confidence that she had that she was about to win. I love that for her though. If she really wanted it, everybody else is just, yes, girl, yes. Like y'all killed it. Y'all killed it. And not her running across the stage and falling. She said she thought she was all that run. She run. You said your daddy ain't changing the channel. I know he ain't. Y'all watching NCIS, aren't you? She was cute. Chi was cute. This oh my gosh, all the wonderful one-liners in this movie. A boy in drag is crying. I don't know why that little Latin boy in drag is crying. Little Latin boy in drag. Why are you crying? Oh no, Law and Order. No, no. She said it was Law and Order. So Outcast, you were right. It's always one or the other with them. It's either going to be Law and Order or it's going to be NCIS. Oh, you know what? Now that I've watched Pose, was Chi Chi working the piers? Was Chi Chi working the piers? Yes. Hard salad. I love the fact that Noxeema calls her young. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I love the architecture and the style because I remember like that early 90s aesthetic to everything. The bubble glass walling and things like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Patrick's voice is killing me in the best way. In the absolute best way. Oh my gosh, it's so 90s. Look at the background in Times Square, so 90s. Responsible for that. Naomi! Naomi! Noxeema did not have to pull Chi Chi by her wig like that. That's so mean. Look at Robin Williams. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Yes, his name is my name too. I love that. Do people always shout? I hate that. Noxeema said, "You speaking a whole lot of French." You have to be so well read and well versed to get all of the references in this movie. It's insane. Oh, not the Miss Rosa Parks shade. They have a club car. Does it have a club car? Thank you, mommy. Have a good night. I will call you in the morning. I promise. I was running late this morning, but I will call you in the morning, okay? And tell daddy I said night night. They robbed Patrick of his Oscar nom. Oh, pause. They robbed him because he is killing. Two adults, one child. I love the fact that, like, Noxeema is the only one really aware though of like the realities of like them trying to travel by themselves. Oh, now I don't like that. Don't be coming to us when you were the only Catwoman, because Miss Eartha Kitt did do her thing. Y'all, just FYI, I don't know if y'all can hear that in my background, but it sounds like the sky's about to open. So if something happens, just know it was not me, okay? Just as a little warning. Not a good auto reference. Oh my gosh. Why did I just get the Jane Mansfield? I never paid attention to the Jane. Oh my gosh. I hope Olivia ain't watching this. I'm so sorry, Mariska. I'm sure they wouldn't have made that. They wouldn't have made that joke if they had known. Hmm. Gotta get out. Gotta leave this place and find some place, some other place, some worldly place. And I see nothing staring back at me, telling me how to be and how to be a place. Just be me. smooth. Sing, Barbara. Hello. That's a beautiful house, y'all. That's a beautiful house. Oh my gosh. Look at Patrick's face. Now I understand trauma, but why would I tear up the map? Queen. Boy in a dress. Poor little Latin boy in a dress. Noxie was outrageous with that mouth. But you are a drag princess. Princess. It's an R to the I to the S. I'm a princess. Princess Chi Chi. Just you'll know when you've done them, or in other words, when we've made them up, when we've come up with what they are. You said it's funny because John is older than Wesley in real life. For real. I never looked that up. Oh wow. Oh wow. On Wikipedia, it says there are conflicting reports about his age. That John could either be 64 or 60, because when he was on Finding Your Roots, I guess they did a close up of his family tree and it had his birth date listed differently. So it makes me wonder if at one point in time he changed his age to be able to like start performing sooner. Oh, you can tell she has only ever lived in New York. Did y'all park the car or did you just pull up? Friends. And the fact that they don't know how to play basketball is hilarious. Good night. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, and look, there's the train that they wanted to be riding on. Everybody in the train dancing. They bored. They have the power to just light up everybody's day and make everybody dance, no matter where they are. Why would y'all be going? Why would y'all be going south that far? Eugene. Eugene. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. Not him using racial slurs. You were the brightest in your class, weren't you? No, no. Oh my. That is a treacherous place for them to put a daggone um ad, y'all. Oh my goodness. I completely forgot that that scene was even in this movie. No, don't be. It's okay. Let him be down there on the ground. Got her, and she got her looking like Glinda. She said she had an accountant who died on her like that. 2 words below. And she was he left Vida no choice. He deserved that. He deserved that punch to the face. And got her out there looking like Cinderella in her shoe just on the side of the road. That's so sad. Look at Chi Chi just staring. Mm-mm-mm. Where's Chi Chi's bag? Vida done changed wigs, so she done forgot everything that happened. Mm-mm. I'm gonna tell you what though, Wesley is doing his best channeling a black woman because that's the first thing I would say. Let something start messing. Oh, I know it ain't. you doing? You just got off of work? We are a good 35 minutes in. So there's a good like hour and 10 minutes left of the movie. If you want to hop on YouTube and watch it. Love you so much, girl. Love you so much, girl. You said the Noxeema and Shanae, the only two black men in dress portrayals I like because they felt like real people and not like folks making fun of black women. I I don't know. I haven't watched Martin in a really long time. It's one of the few shows I never went back and watched again because my name was a little too close to Shanae, so I got Shanae picked on all the time. But I would must say Noxeema, yes, absolutely. 10 toes down all the time. Love Noxie. Oh, you won't be able to sit and watch. Okay, understandable. I'm glad you popped in though. When you get home, you get a chance. Even if you're gonna fall asleep on it, just go ahead and cut it on. It'll be nice and soothing in the background. By the time you wake up in the middle of the night, by the time you're ready to wake up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, it'll be on the Strawberry Festival parade or something. But we'll miss you. Bobby Ray definitely had some good home training. Very chivalrous, if I must say. Um, he's so respectful. So, oh no, commercial. It's the little things because they knew to put. They got the little thing up. You know how usually there's like a little the rules, the hotel rules, and the rates and stuff on the wall, and they got that up. I love those little details. Oh, there are actual bugs. She did just kind of make that declaration and that statement, like so everybody's supposed to stop what they're doing and join in. Noxie looked worn out. And Noxie said, "I'm over it, all of this." Oh my gosh, this is like the smallest town on the face of the earth. Why Carolyn jump in? I'm gonna do it all. Hello. Why is she always flirting with somebody? Gwyneth, look at your mama. Woman, Wonder Woman. All the world is waiting for you and the power you possess. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights, and the old red, white, and blue. Woman. Oh, I like the little magical decorating sequence. It's dollar. Miss Beatrice is telling all the gossip in the town. Miss Beatrice over there with she got her some she down with the swirl. Noxie running after. They ain't had to laugh. Oh my goodness. Hey, I feel like this movie was way ahead of the curve. The main characters were like some eternal bigotry, outdated language, but I feel like it was very humanizing for the time. Absolutely. We were just talking about how Patrick Swayze definitely should have got an Oscar nomination off of this role because like he was leaning all the way in. And one of them was black. I gotta say black like that. He needed to put extra emphasis on it. They clowning him hard. Oh no, Chi Chi. Even if they made the state of bigotry at the language should still be present if they land in a small town like this just for the sake of realism. Yeah, yeah, that is very true. I know that's right. The fussies. Pick up a lady. See, Chi Chi is going off with some random dudes. Yes, because they got steaks just laying around Vida. But Vida really just rolled up in this woman's kitchen and was like, I'm just about to doctor up your meal that you're cooking for your family. How did they go through 14 towels? That's a lot of towels. Ooh, Hedy Lamar. Just that little run. Folks use more towels than usual at a hotel. That is true. That is true. Bobby Ray, Bobby Lee, Billy Bud. Love that Chi Chi. Um, you just met this girl last night. That that's very stalkerish. If we want to be truthful, when I was like, she was giving this to me, but not so much. Yeah. Her foundation really is struggling to match. Look at Bobby Lee with them bell bottom pants on. She's like, what am I? Hmm. Another commercial. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, what's your plan? What's your plan, Vida? The Clara. Halle Berry stole Noxeema's dream. Sure did. Bright Road. Lena Horne. Mhm. Miss Clara was too much. Panama Hattie and then Cabin in the Sky. Mm-mm-mm. That's a cute little restaurant. Then we go home. We eat the strawberry pies and we go home. I you see Noxeema's a little exasperated. It's how like, oh, here we go. She about to take over something again. Day with the girls. Oh, he said, "That's my shot." He said, "I love this movie so much; it never gets old. It always feels like it was just a half hour long, so I needed more time with these characters." I wonder how a town that small has money. Well, I guess somebody would have to trade with like a bigger town. Go ahead, Miss Clara. Okay, Miss Loretta, don't hurt nobody. They traded around the same $20 with that place. Okay, that's really what it is. Now he said place for homos. Oh my gosh. I can't. I hardly think you were the man to give it to me. Now she grabbed him by his manhood. Tommy. Oh no, not another commercial. I'm about to have to put my pie ad going. Good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon, ladies. Good evening, ladies. He over here interrupting these little girls with their bell. So now he's down to ballet school harassing people, kids. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. stutter is so precious. She said, "From me." Okay, Miss, is that Miss Myrna? Come on, Miss Clara. Okay, Miss Katina. Check yourself, Loretta, before you wreck yourself. Aww. Virgil about to start hating harder than he ever hated before. I know. And all she's doing is looking out the window and enjoying other people. He can't stand to see her happy. Well, he wouldn't be having no dinner. He okay? He better take himself over to Miss Beatrice's restaurant. Got her looking like Billie Holiday. Okay, Wesley, look at that snatched waist. Oh, look at the comic books. Okay. Oh, I can't believe people actually look like that. That chill would have been on the floor forever, and I would be gone. That chili would have been. There would have been something else inside that chili. Okay, by the time he stuck that pinky in there, because that's so sad to me. And they let all that negativity get into their head and make them think that they're not worth more. He yelled at me. I mean, he called out to me. Oh, he looked so pretty in that scene. I decline. Oh, poor Bobby Lee about to get her little heart broken. Oh, this is the saddest part of this movie to me. Oh, that was low. She ain't have to say that. Not even your rich mommy and daddy. That's so mean. While she's sitting there stuffing her bra. Somehow that you're gonna fit. Don't forget to write. Go there. Okay. So you don't help people. I just never understood that line. Like you not the same person. He says some ladies hit back. I know that's right. Stop. Sean Penn, come get your brother. He getting on my nerves already. Chi Chi was dead wrong for playing with these people's lives, knowing she was going to be out Monday morning and they still be living there with each other. Okay, absolutely, and just the fact that he's young. I don't know how old Chi Chi was at this time, but little Bobby Ray is young. Why are you messing with that young boy like that? Like that's so messy. Oh my goodness, his foundation is killing me. It's so pale compared to the rest of his body. Aww. Oh my goodness. So Chi Chi is at least like 35. Okay, let's say Chi Chi's not 35, but let's say Chi Chi's supposed to be like 28. Bobby Ray is 21 at most. Yeah, the age difference is very inappropriate. Oh, Like Chi Chi is old enough to sit at the grown-ups table and have wine, and Miss Bobby Lee is not, and that is the notable difference. Bobby Lee said, "I know this happened didn't just take me. My pores were too big." Ann Baxter in Ten Commandments, she's a little bit of a baddie, but Hedy Lamarr and Samson and Delilah, she was gonna eat down every time. How did you end up thinking that skinny girl was Chi Chi? How he just go from one girl to the other? That he was not in love with no Chi Chi. He just was trying to get him a girl. You waited 23 years to ask her to dance. Love with you. When I love you. Sing Johnny Mathis. He's struggling to understand so bad, so bad. Is he having a crisis, an identity crisis right now? Oh my goodness. Oh, look who stumbled into the bar. It's Virgil. Oh no, it's a commercial break. This is the copper's office rocker. They they done broke him. They done broke him down. All right, we got about 15 more minutes. The ending always gets you. I know. It's so sad. Aww. She fixed the car and she accepted her and she loved her for who she was. I forgot about this part. This is like the scene in Life when the warden comes to the prison and is trying to figure out who done impregnated his daughter, and he's like, "Whose baby is this?" They all like, "I'm the daddy." Those are two of the best scenes. I'm just laughing because Bobby Ray just realized, and his was like, hold up. He was like, why didn't nobody tell me? He said, that's Miss Vida. There's no way that all these people in this little town had this much red. I mean, it always kills me when he says, I'm a drag queen over here. Because he's not only homophobic, he's racist. So that took him all the way out. Yeah, get gone, Virgil. Before V to come out and put some hands on you again. Two losers for the price of one. Why he? Why her face was down on the ground like that with it? Oh no! Why would they put a commercial right there? Right before Vita gives her big speech. Okay. Stand up. Your approval is neither desired nor required. I used to say, oh, I'm gonna get that made into a poster and put it on my wall at school. Look at the whole town is out partying and dancing. Okay, that was inappropriate. Okay, Miss Loretta. Oh, and I love the fact that Carol Ann's dress is very similar in style to Vida to show their connection. Actually, been helping Miss Claire find her voice again is my favorite aspect as well. It really is. They're like, oh, you doing too much story time, Miss Shishi. Mm. And Vita got my favorite color on too. But they exchanged phone numbers so they can call each other, you know? The phones were a thing in the 90s. Purple is just superior. It's just so superior. Aww. Bye, Vida. Bye, Noxeema. Bye, Chi Chi. But now we gotta do the real question, which is that whole town knew Virgil was beating up on Carol Ann's behind. Why ain't nobody do nothing? Because that's the real tea. And I always just wondered, did they know it was going to be a flower theme for this contest? What were they going to do? But compete with her. I guess they can go. They could. Them dudes could have. Virgil wasn't that big. Miss Julie Newmar. Oh. And it's so crazy to think that Robin Williams was not even credited in this movie. That he just basically just did that role as a favor. That's wild to me. Like his name's not on here at all. He completely went uncredited. That's astounding to me. That's astounding to me. So good, so good, so good. Yeah, so that was Tu Wong Fu. Oh. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Okay, so in an imaginary world, you know, Vida and Carol Ann, they stayed besties. And when it was time for Miss Bobby Lee to go and go out into the world, she decided to go to school at NYU. And so she went and she stayed with her auntie Vida and her auntie Noxeema. That's the story. And Miss Carol Ann comes to visit Noxie, and she reprises her performances by, you know, acting on Broadway or putting together like a Broadway expose or something like that. That's what we're gonna make up as like what happens at the end. And of course, Noxeema becomes a huge huge star. He said the group Noxeema had to course correct, were basically on track to be Virgil Jr.'s replacement before the girls came to town, and Bobby Ray is way small. That is true. That is true. They were becoming Virgil 2.0, and she steered them from that path. Absolutely correct. I'm so glad that you were able to stop by, Books. I'm so happy. It was a great, I think so too, a good Friday Eve watch. You said that's a great idea for the sequel. Yeah, I mean, we don't need them, you know, to touch it because it's genius, you know. But that's just like what goes on in my head, right? That's like the way that it would be in my mind. Next week, for Throwback, okay. So next week on Wednesday for Wicked Wednesday, we're gonna watch the original, The Fog. Since we've never seen the original, we only saw the remake. And for our oh, this is going to be so scary because if I hit this view all button on on YouTube, there's so many movies. Yeah. Yeah, especially, I think really what gets me, I don't mind a remake if it's remaking a film project that was very low budget. Maybe the director, maybe the writer actually had like big goals and big dreams for that project, and they were never able to get it to fruition because when they sold it, it wasn't budgeted well, that kind of thing. And so it gets an opportunity to get revitalized in a new way like that. I don't mind, because that's everybody's dream, is to see their story come to life in a big way. But when it's just for the sake of like extra dollars and there's no real reason, like the original film is perfect for the time it was made, and it's a really solid adaptation or a really solid just film in general, we don't need it. Like, we don't need two Wong Fu to be remade because their chemistry was great, the way they played off each other was great. Like, we don't need that. And so often they remake stuff that it doesn't live up to the original, and so it is kind of like, well, what was the point in remaking that? I did see that, Darfelina. I did see that. And also I was thinking if it stays for like another 2 weeks, that maybe we would watch that. So give that time some time. I'm gonna look and see when it's slated to leave, and if not, then not next week, but the week after that, we can watch that on Wednesday. Because I think I thought the runtime for that was longer than what it is, but it's not actually that long of a runtime. It's the same as Tu Wong Fu. So yeah, we definitely could do that. For a throwback, I don't know if that's old enough. There's two movies that just made me kind of cackle a bit at being a throwback. Did we watch that for a throwback? I feel like we watched that. Or did I watch that at school? I think I watched that at school. Okay, I'm calculating at a couple of options. So there's Beauty Shop, Legally Blonde, Uptown Girls, are the three that are like kind of like catching my eye. I feel like 20-ish, maybe 15 years. My ideal is like 80s and 90s, but Legally Blonde was in 2001. So I do feel like it maybe qualifies. Beauty Shop might not be long enough because that was 2005. It's 20 years for that. And then what was the other one I said? Because we did a lot of 99s. So I don't mind 2001. We did some 99s. Uptown Girl is 2003. You said it always be Legally Blonde for me, but Beauty Shop might be fun to revisit. Listen. I'm always down for Legally Blonde as well. We'll go Legally Blonde. We'll go Legally Blonde. I feel like Legally Blonde blends into this good. Does that very well. So we'll do Legally Blonde. So next week we're watching The Fog, which came out in 1980. 1980s The Fog. Next Wednesday, we'll watch Legally Blonde. Next week for Throwback Thursday. And then the week after that, if Get Out is still available, we will watch Get Out. And by that point, maybe we'll watch Beauty Shop for that. So that gives us the next 2 weeks lined up. And I'll make sure I post it on the community post. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This was such a fun watch. And I'm so glad that so many of you love this movie and appreciate this movie the way that I do. Shout out to, my channel members, Darfalina and Mona the Goddess, for just showing love and support and joining the channel so much. Thank you for Books, Girls, and Purrs for coming out. Thank you for the Outcast for coming out. DJ Thumb, Outcast Creative. Thank you to my mama for popping into the chat for a little bit. That's always a nice one. Jimmy Ark. Who else was out here? If I forgot you, charge it to my head and not my heart. But thank you so much. And for those of you watching on the replay, thank you so much for joining me for another Throwback Thursday. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you, girlie. All right. Good night. Be safe, everyone.